The Diddy documentary, The Fall of Diddy, outlined how many times that Diddy has been caught up in crimes that he was able to walk away from. This documentary explained how many times Diddy has actually been caught up in things that the public had no idea about. So we are about to go ahead and deep dive all of this right now. We are going to start this timeline out in 1994 with Misa Hilton. In 1994, just a year after Diddy and Misa Hilton had their son, Justin Combs, Diddy was arrested and charged with endangering the welfare of children, which was a misdemeanor at the time, because he allegedly shoved his former girlfriend's mother, Christine Hilton, while she was holding his son. This was the very first example of how they say Diddy has had so many things that it's actually hard to pull this up because I could not pull up any of this information. And this is one of Diddy's first incidents where he was able to walk out with any prosecution on these charges. In 1996, Diddy was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a weapon. Then in 1999, this is when Diddy would beat up the music executive Steve Stout. Diddy was arrested and charged with 2 felonies, a second-degree assault and criminal mischief, in the beating of record executive Steve Stout, who alleged that Diddy and his 2 bodyguards beat him with their fists, a telephone, a champagne bottle, and a chair. Diddy then publicly apologized and reportedly paid Stout $500,000, and then Stout asked for the charges to be dismissed. Diddy pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of harassment, and he was only sentenced to 1 day of anger management classes. Diddy beat Steve Stout over the music video Hate Me Now that he did with Nas because they were both getting nailed to a cross like Jesus, and Diddy felt like after he did the music video, it depicted him in a wrong way, but MTV had already got their hands on it. And then December 27th of 1999 is when Diddy, J-Lo, and Shine were all arrested in that nightclub incident that happened, and Diddy was ultimately acquitted of all charges. Now, even though Diddy was acquitted of all charges in this 1999 nightclub incident, one of the people that were injured, Natanya Rubin, has said from the very beginning that Diddy is the one that fired off that weapon in the nightclub that hit her in the face. After being rushed to the emergency room, she screamed in the emergency room that I was hit by Puffy. She testified against Diddy and said that Diddy was holding and fired that weapon that night in the nightclub that hit her in the face. Tanya wasn't the only one. A second witness testified against Diddy during that trial that said that he saw Diddy with a black automatic weapon in his hand during that incident. And in this Diddy documentary, we hear from Diddy's driver at the time, Wardell Fenderson, who also